When I was 8 in second grade in school, my school principal broke my head with a ruler.
Wait, what?
Just to direct me because I wasn't looking for words.
Broke your head?
Yes, there was blood everywhere.
What the
It's normal in Middle East, guys.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah.
No joking.
No.
Holy shit.
Hello everyone, welcome to Playing with Fire. Today me and Homer, gonna talk about school experience in Iran, in the Middle East and countries over there, and what I experienced. And I think you're already shocked.
I am. I can't believe what you just told me.
Yeah, where did you go to school first?
I grew up here in the US, so I went to school here. Maybe 1 month in Mexico, but my whole life I went to school here.
So
in
it's
the US.
interesting because now we can just compare and see what is the experience.
I mean, what the fuck?
That was a regular, normal thing. So I think, first of all, you need to know about
bloody hell
how people see that, because that kind of like it was part of a culture. People thought the school teachers, principals, they can parent the kids. And since also physical punishment for kids was kind of normal in Iran, and still it is, unfortunately, it's not illegal. So it's like a lot of things that parents
today, it's not illegal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, still.
So teachers still beat up their students.
It's there a lot of change happened, honestly, and I'll tell you why. But at the time when I was kid, it was really normal. Nobody cared if a school teacher, principal beat up their kids. And my mom was educated; she was different. So she was. I'm happy. I'm glad. For me, the experience was a little bit different because she was intervening. But usually, all my school classmates were. Like, whatever happened to them, nobody from parents would show up and ask the teacher, why did you do that? So they feel comfortable doing whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just physical abuse. There was emotional abuse. Emotional abuse were like nothing. It was normal. So for me, what I tell you, I remember I was in school. It was second grade, so almost 8 years old or 7 years old, I think. And I was staying in a line to go inside the school, and the principal was trying to put us in a line. And then she had this wooden ruler all the time in her hand. She was like, boom, walking like a. We were always scared of her, and she walked by me, and I was wearing my school uniform. Just remind you, we wear this like kind of scarf in the school. It was part of uniform. It's like a hijab scarf. Yeah. So it was white, and then she walked by me, and I was just playing I wasn't even talking. I was just looking around like the kids' other line,
being
and just
2 years old,
just being funny.
Being you,
and yeah,
being
and
2-year-old kid.
7 years. Second.
Being seven.
Yeah, and then
7-year-old child.
She walked by me and say, "Look forward," and she hit me with the ruler in my head. And then I was scared. Apparently, I was just child and looking around. So she was like, "Look forward," and I was like, I started looking forward. And then after a minute, there was another girl in other line. She started screaming and She fainted. I was like, "What happened?" And then apparently, there was blood all over my scarf.
Everywhere.
And she fainted because she saw those blood, and they were like, blood, and everyone screaming. And then, yeah, my sister was fourth grade, I think, the fourth grader at that point. She saw me. She didn't say anything. We didn't have a very good relationship. My sister and I always fighting at that point. She saw the blood. She started running out of the school to go and bring my mom.
That day she had your back.
She always had my back, honestly.
Nice.
But we weren't like all the kids. Nobody can beat up my sister but me. So we were always fighting.
Nice.
But she went home to bring my mom. Our home was closed. My mom came. In the meantime, the principal, she took me somewhere to wash my scarf. She started washing the blood off my scarf because she didn't want anyone to see. And she kept asking me, "You feel good, huh? You're okay?" And I was a kid. I was like, "Yeah,
it's nothing, right?"
And she was like telling the man, like somebody, I don't remember who, like a school teacher or whatever. And it was like, "She's okay. She says she doesn't feel pain. She doesn't feel any pain." And they didn't want to take me doctor or something.
I barely tapped her. It's
she
nothing.
Was just like her head is like eggshell, just cracked.
Yeah.
And my mom came, and I need to tell you, if it was somebody else's mom, 90% of the kids, they wouldn't even come. They were like, it's okay. Or they would come and take the kids home. But that, and my mom wasn't
The parents, like, they wouldn't complain.
Yeah,
they
would
just
like,
accept it.
Yeah,
Like,
they would say, oh, your kid was very rude and we needed to direct him.
great parenting. Do that again next time. Maybe harder.
Because they would do the same to the kids. So that's why...
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why when my mom came, she just grabbed my hand. She took me to Ministry of Education. There's like a office for schools. Like they are the one choosing teachers, principals, you know. And she took me there, and I don't remember everything, but I remember next day there were like a lot of cars coming into school. There were these guys coming from this place. They kind of like investigating what happened. But to be honest, nothing. They wouldn't do anything. They would never fire somebody for that. That's a normal thing.
What the fuck was the point then? Like, what were they doing there?
I don't know.
What's wrong with them?
But yeah. But then that was a regular thing kept happening. But when I tell you there a lot of change happened, like I remember a few years ago, maybe let's say 10 years ago, my cousin, teacher slapped him and his, what do you call it inside your ear?
The eardrum?
It broken or something. Wow. So he lost one of, he can't hear.
This
so
is crazy.
But they sued the guy and he got fired because apparently that was a regular thing he was doing. So still happening, but people are getting smarter. That people like thinking about, oh, they shouldn't do that.
Finally, ish, a little bit.
Yeah, but imagine it's like my generation, we were like, it was totally normal. But now it's like different. I have a niece, like she's like 13. And they emotionally abuse them, but they can't physically. Specifically, it's like big schools in cities. If it's in a small town, still they can do a lot of shit.
That's crazy. It's there's so much there. Like, the one thing that's difficult for me to understand is, I mean, it doesn't matter what part of the world you live in. It doesn't matter what country and what culture. Humans are humans. And how could you... Let's picture you being a teacher, me being a teacher, and we are teaching students, right? All right, the whole idea is we're teaching students how to learn, to become, to gain knowledge. How could you just comfortably have a wooden ruler, and because a kid got distracted for a second, would you be okay with, and would you be comfortable just going and just wham, hitting a cute little 7-year-old, adorable little 7-year-old boy or girl?
I don't know. I think
would you be capable of that?
No, of course not.
Me either. Like, what the fuck?
I once pushed my cat because he was actually scratching me. He was like meow meow, and I was like, come on.
He was saying fucking meow.
Meow. Okay? He was meowing, and I was like, hey, I don't want to play with you. And he got mad. He scratched me, and I pushed him from the I was sitting, he was next to me, and I pushed him, and he looked in my eyes. He left. I still
how dare you
feel like
fucking push me?
I still feel guilty, and I feel like a horrible person. Well, nothing happened to him. They pushed him. They did nothing happened.
Yeah.
But still, I feel like one day
There's a little shove.
Yeah, in a kiddie land, when I die, he's gonna be like, you remember you pushed me, but. Let alone hurting a human, and let alone hurting a kid.
Yeah, a child, adorable,
How could you do that?
Freaking innocent little child. Which all they're doing is existing, being kids, and how can you inflict pain?
They were emotional.
Emotional, physical. What's wrong with you people out there? What kind of humans are you?
They're just piece of shit.
Don't you have kids of your own?
She was a stupid principal. I don't think
clearly.
Anyways,
seriously though, what the fuck?
The reason actually today when I thought I'm gonna talk about this topic, I was like, oh, we can talk about that, and I forgot about actually this incident because that was like, oh, I forgot about it because there are a lot of.
You forgot about the incident that happened to you?
Yeah.
That they cracked your head open and you're bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, it was a long time. I didn't think about it.
You know what that means, right?
What is that?
You didn't actually forget about it. It means that the trauma was so big, you suppressed it. It's called trauma. That's why you need to go talk to a therapist.
No, thank you. What they can do, I need somebody to. Damn, I don't know.
Hey, you never know. It's that's the point of therapy, is to talk about it and discover things that you may have hid away.
I didn't think about it for a long time, but the emotional abuse was 100 times more than that. Honestly, I remember I was, I do different arts. I do painting, and I was good when I was at school. I remember I was in 5th grade or something. And
that's where your art comes from. You're very, very good.
Deep dark. Yeah, I was doing this amazing painting. It was amazing. I drew this deer and this woman, and they were like flowers. It was like, it's kind of like Persian art. They call them miniature. And it's like a very detailed painting.
Sounds amazing.
And I did that when I was in 5th grade. Usually kids were...
You were in 5th grade?
Yes. And my...
Still have it?
School, no. My school classmates were doing like a flower or like a house or something very simple.
You were like Picasso over there.
Exactly. And then she didn't give me the number, like we have from 1 to 20 in Iran.
She didn't acknowledge.
And she gave me 19, and she gave some other school, some other classmate who was good at math and everything. She gave her the complete like 20. And I start crying. I was a kid. I was like, why did you give her to? She just draw a flower. And she was like, because she's smart. She needs to get all the... It's like painting doesn't matter. It's just for her. She needs to have everything. This is good for her future. But for you, don't like the other number of you is 18, 17. So it doesn't matter. But for me, it did matter because I was good at painting. And I want to get credit for that. But she was like, we can't do that. We give 20 to the kids who are smart.
Wow. She is not smart, and she does not understand intelligence. Intelligence comes in very many different ways and talents, and you were the genius in that classroom.
Man, they traumatized me too much that for a long time I hated painting. When I left, I didn't go to after high school. I didn't continue painting or something. I just wanted to forget about it, honestly. Later I found out when I left Iran, I was in Greece actually. I think first time when I sell one of my painting. It was like the moment, imagine in school they tell you this is bullshit. Why are you doing that? Because they were stupid. They thought art doesn't matter. And then whatever artistic I was doing, they were kind of like, why are you doing it? It does. It's not gonna give you a job or something in future. And so for a long time, I put my art in a box. I just forgot about it. I put it away. And then once when I was in Greece, I was actually working in humanitarian organizations in Greece. So it was a totally different job. But then once they say, hey guys, we're doing this painting exhibition. So we're going to raise money for refugees. And I was like, I want to be part of it. So I start painting some stuff, and then we put it there. And then people start looking at this painting. And there was this lady who was like, wow, this is amazing.
What was it?
I think it was again like a miniature, but it was all flowers and birds. Like, I don't know if you saw those kind of arts. It's a Persian art.
It sounds beautiful.
So like what you see in some carpets, Persian carpets,
Oh, wow.
When the flowers are like...
It's a lot of detail.
Yeah, and then this woman came and say, oh my God, this is beautiful. How much is this one? And when she paid me that money, money wasn't for me. Huh?
You should have said $1 million.
No, it was a fundraising for refugees. It was like $100, $200, And I didn't even want to take the money. But when we took that money, somebody told me my art worth money.
Yeah.
For the first time. And I was feeling that moment, all my traumas are gone. She healed me with that money. She told me that the art does matter. And then
of course
I start actually at that point I was like, oh, I can do art. And I remember one of my colleagues when I was in Greece, she ordered a painting. So I was like, I want to do this Persian art for you. And I don't remember how much she paid me, like $500 or something. And that was the most sweetest money I have ever made in my life.
Good.
Because somebody tell me in Greece, people don't make that much money, maybe $500 is nothing here, but it was a good money.
Sweet victory.
Yeah.
And interesting though, the idea, the difference between the school system in different countries like the Middle East and here, I still can't believe, though honestly there is a similarity. Maybe it's changed now, but there's a similarity with lots of other, I don't know if you want to call the Middle East in general is not a third world country because there's many countries and a lot of those countries are rich, so not third world countries, but something to do with a particular type of culture
I think Iran is the third world country.
Still a third world country.
Yes.
So Mexico is I don't even know what Mexico is, if it's a third world country or not. If you go there, it looks like a third world country. It feels like a third world country. And most of the sadly the people that live there kind of live like they live in a third world country, even if the country has a lot of wealth and resources. The people in general, they have a third world country type of life, and the culture is there is still a similarity. I think it's changed now, but I heard stories about my siblings who grew up in Mexico and went to school there, and there was a similar incident, though they didn't break anyone's head and they didn't almost kill them. There wasn't blood everywhere, but one of my older brothers was in class, and he always used to get picked on by the teacher. And this is what I don't understand. Like, teachers get like pleasure. They're there to torture and beat kids, not teach them.
Psychos.
It's like,
Some of them are psychos.
yes, it's like, this is like, yes, I wanted to be a teacher all my life so I could beat kids. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, wow, sad, like, not cool. But one of my older brothers at the time when he was a kid, I think maybe similar, second, third grade, he used to get picked on a lot by that teacher. And one day, he said something wrong. He had enough, or he verbally responded to the teacher, and the teacher had like this pointer stick, some kind of wooden stick or something, started chasing my brother to hit him, and my brother hid under the desk, and he was trying to hit him on the head, and the teacher wouldn't like stop because he really wanted to beat my brother. So I think another of my siblings also ran out and told my mom.
Interesting.
My mom had a similar type of reaction where she went down there, and she yelled at the teacher and got the teacher in trouble. And it was a small village. In the village at the time, the village leader, because they kind of cycle through village leaders, the village leader happened to be my mom's brother at the time. And so my mom told the village leader, if the teacher did that again, she was going to have my brother fire her. And the teacher did get fired anyway, which was a good thing. But yeah, like they went through something similar to that. And I think that just barely changed maybe 15, 20 years ago, where they don't hit the students anymore.
Yeah.
They probably, I don't know if they verbally abuse them or not, or how much it's changed, but there has been some change. But the similarities are crazy.
Look, like bullshit. I mean, I'm always thinking about, first of all, you see, I'm not surprised when you're talking about that, what happened to your brother, because it's like, okay, that's not wrong. That's always happens in what I experienced. But then something interesting is, I believe they changed a lot. There's social media, kids bringing phone in school, they're recording their teachers. There are a lot of things that happens that kind of preventing, because people are like getting in trouble because of videos.
But like the idea of a educational institution, the idea is you're supposed to educate kids. It's not whether you're being looked at or not, whether you're being reported or not, whether someone else is watching you or not. It's not like a torture freaking place where you go, it's like,
I mean, it's when they're psycho. So some people are psycho.
Clearly there's a lot of psychos teachers out there.
Still there are psychos
in other countries.
So
hopefully not in America,
in
but
Iran,
potentially.
something interesting was, so I was honestly kind of like, oh, things are getting better, because what I see from my niece and other people, and I see these new kids, they grow up with social media, they know they're right, they know a lot, so it's difficult to actually torture them. But then it's a good thing, honestly. But then a few days ago, like a week ago, in Iran, we have this, our regime in Iran is alive with this propaganda that many years ago there was a war between Iran and Iraq. Many people went to the border, they tried to protect Iran. Thousands of people died. There was 8 years war, 8 years. So those people who died to protect the country, to protect the borders and people. But there are people taking advantage of their names, the reality of what happened 8 years ago. So whatever happened, people are protesting against something in Iran. They're kind of like, oh, thousands of people died to protect this country. Now you're like betraying their blood. So that doesn't work.
It's manipulated.
And also, the other way to manipulate and brainwash the kids is using those stories. It's good. It's real. Nothing is a story. It's real. But then every year, they kind of like take as many kids from school to the border, and they bring up like, oh, we find a body, not body, like bones of like those people who died. And they kind of like remind you, look, for this, we need to keep the regime. You know, they kind of connect this. So that I gave you this background because now I want to tell you scary bullshit that happened 1 week ago. They went further because now people are really against the government. 90%, I say at least 70% of people in Iran, they don't want this regime.
Yeah.
So they need to make it like somehow brainwash these kids. Kids are growing up with social media, Instagram and everything. It's difficult to brainwash them like us. For us, we're crying on the stories they were telling us. It's like a North Korea shit, what happening. So they actually took a coffin
We're
to
gonna
the
talk about that too
school
later.
and say there is a dead body of like those people, like a bones of those. And they asked the little girls to carry that
Oh my
like a I don't know, it's like a memorial of those people died. So some school principals and managers, they couldn't even say we don't want to do that because government want that, regime wants that. So because they wanted to film it and share it and say, look, our kids also following the same bullshit. I'm not talking about the people died, we respect them.
Yeah.
Bullshit, I mean
The
regime.
manipulation that
Yes,
they're
and they want to
it.
say, look, we're still, So what happened is they did that. They forced the school. There's like news going on say school didn't want it, but they were like, fuck you, you're nobody. And then some kids scared because they thought there is a dead body on those coffins. And many kids fainted. And when the school was over, it was, I know it's, why are you laughing?
Because it's a little funny. It's a little comical. It's not funny. It's that the kids went through this trauma. It's funny that the government is stupid. They didn't think about it. And it's a double-edged sword. They filmed themselves traumatizing their kids.
Yeah, but there's more. So when the school is over, parents are not aware of what happened. Nobody knows. And the kids are like some blood sugar drop. The other one is like, so the principal
all at the same time
kept all the kids in the school. They went they had like a storage or something. They went there. They kept the school kids. And as they gave them chocolates and it's like a juice, like to
sugar.
Some sugar, so they can just be normal when going home. So like next day, parents were complaining, why did you bring a body in the school? And they say it wasn't us. The decision is not made by us. So the fact that they're traumatizing kids, like just for their I don't know what
it's like they're forcing loyalty. They're trying to force generations to believe in their manipulation.
Still in our school, all the school books that we have from first grade till like high school, there will be first page will be a picture of supreme leader. So there's a picture of supreme leader in the late supreme leader, the one who died. And but my generation, we thought it's a holy picture. It's like God bless supreme leader. But then because they brainwashed us, there was no social media, there was no TikTok. But then this generation, they actually turned this page off of the page. It was like, he looks like a monkey. Why should we keep this picture?
He's Planet of the Apes. He's a monkey god. Do you know what the worst thing that ever happened to me in school for me here in America? I think I was in first or second grade, and I was in school. We were in line for lunch. It always happens during lunch, clearly, because that happened to you during lunch. And so I was in lunch, and we were in line, and we lined up alphabetical order, and I was always towards the top because of my last name.
They give you lunch here?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, continue. Later I will tell you.
So sounds like you guys don't get fed either.
They give them lunch in the school. Oh my God! Shut up.
Yeah.
Be grateful.
Yeah. Hey, that's not the worst part so far.
Shut up.
So we were in line to go to lunch, and us being kids,
so fancy.
Somebody in front of me in the line said I think either fuck or fuck you, something along those lines. And one of the teachers that was watching us heard that word, and she walked over to us and said, "Hey, who said that?" And the kid in front of me who said it pointed at me and said, "He said it."
Oh,
and then
bitch.
I was like, "What? No, I didn't say that." And the teacher didn't even question it, didn't even ask, didn't even bother. She said, "You, come here." And she pulled me out of line. She made me stand outside of the lines for everybody and basically made me wait to be the last person to go get lunch out of like 5 classes, which normally would have taken like 15, 20 minutes. But you know, you're a kid, it feels like it's forever. So the point is, all these kids, it was a hot day. It was very hot in Porterville, California. It gets hot during the summer. I think it might have been like 99 degrees, maybe 102. It was pretty fucking hot, okay? I was sweating. And that's not the worst part. The worst part is we go to lunch based on age groups and grades, school grades. So from kindergarten to like maybe, I don't know, 3rd grade. They had their lunch. This stupid teacher lady, I wish I remembered your name. She put me there. She forgot that I was standing outside in the hot sun, waiting to be fed, waiting to go eat. And she left. The next group of classes came, lined up, and they all started to have lunch. It was a different teacher watching over all those students. All of these students went in to have lunch. I was standing out there still waiting. The teacher who noticed that everyone in the whole fucking school went to go have lunch, and I was still standing out there in the hot sun, sweating, dripping. I do remember I was dripping in sweat, waiting for my turn. She happens to just be like, notice me, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing out here?" And I was like, "I'm waiting." And then she's like, "What grade are you in?" I told her I was like in like 1st or 2nd grade. She was like confused, and she was like, "What the fuck?" So she walked inside, did a little investigation, asked like why I was in there. She came back and was like, "Hey, come here, let's go eat."
She saved the first one.
She finally got me to go eat. By this time, recess was over, lunchtime was over. My class was already inside their class in the classroom. I was finishing eating. She walked me over to the class. That my teacher at the time was like, "Where were you? Like, where have you been?" I was so innocent. I didn't think to be like, a stupid teacher made me wait outside in the hot sun. I could have gotten dehydrated. I could have passed out. I never bothered to mention it, to tell my mom or anything, and just kind of went through. But I could tell the look on the teacher's face is like, "Oh shit, somebody fucked up. Like, they shouldn't have done that. Like, they shouldn't have made you wait so long in the sun." And that was the worst thing that ever happened to me in school.
I'm sorry. Can I say something? Nothing. So we never guys, they feed you in America, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
you need to be grateful.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Hey, I'm grateful. I am.
So no, the other thing is I just want to say one thing about food experience in the school. They never give us anything, nothing. But once in a part of we had a book there was one like a lesson about how to cook something. It wasn't like, it was making a kind of like chicken salad. So it was for everyone, boys, girls. If you had that book, you needed to learn that kind of, I don't know what the book called, but it was like teaching some techniques, like life techniques. So that was like how to make chicken salad. So the teacher asked us to bring money or bring chicken. So kids, everyone put money in, and I think they brought money. So
money
she bought chicken.
Like cooked chicken or just bring a chicken?
She bring chicken. No. So everyone brought money. So I didn't bring money.
You took chicken?
No, I didn't bring anything.
Money, no chicken?
No money, no chicken.
Shit.
So when I was the only one that didn't bring money and no chicken. So nobody actually brought chicken. Everyone brought money. So for the next class, she bought chicken and all the ingredients, and then she taught everyone how to cook it. Like she boiled the chicken, then they put the things together, and the food was ready. And she gave everybody.
Oh my fucking God.
She didn't. I was like 4th grade, 5th grade. I don't remember. But then she didn't give it to me, and she said because you didn't pay for it.
Wow.
And even kids who want to give me, she was like, no, she didn't pay for it.
Wow.
And I was crying like a baby.
What the fuck is wrong with you, person?
And I can't
Why would you do
it
that?
doesn't feel real, you know.
Look,
it does. I can't believe that. It's like, imagine I would tell my kids, I was like,
Yeah.
hey, your classmate didn't bring, maybe I was a poor person, I didn't have money. So it was like, she didn't bring money, but it's okay, we can share with her. Like, use this moment of sharing.
Learn how the fuck to share. Look, we can't be specific about certain things, but sometimes there are adults, fucking adults, that buy food, fast food, food from outside or whatever, and they go eat in front of kids. I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And they go eat food in front of kids. Kids who like
don't have
watch you
access
eat.
to that.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, like, how can you go out and buy food and eat it in front of them? If you're gonna bring food from outside and eat in front of those kids, bring enough for everyone. Share. Don't
Or
just
eat it in your somewhere.
Yeah, don't eat in front of the fucking kids. Like, what the fuck is wrong with
actually,
you?
that's kind of like our culture. If somebody sees something I'm eating, specifically kids,
Except it's part. Okay, continue.
yeah, you need to give them.
Unless you're in school, because
No,
that didn't happen.
that
in
was
school.
like, I'm telling you the normal culture, and then so it was, if it was in the street, someone cooking or eating, if I look at them as a kid, they would share. I was like, they wanted food, but it's so weird that a teacher.
Yeah, who's from the same place wouldn't
So
do that.
she would,
the
like,
fuck is wrong with these
And then
teachers?
she didn't give it to me, so it was still, I still didn't forget about that food, and it was like, how could you do that? How could you do that? And then also teach all the kids, do not have mercy for any person who didn't pay for that.
Don't be human and kind and don't share. Wow.
That's why I'm who I am now today.
No,
I mean, sometimes
I mean-
trauma make you a horrible person. I'm glad that whatever happened to me made me a better person.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna do this to people. I'm not gonna let this happen. So when I see as a grown-up person and grown-up person is rude to a kid, it happened. Once I was in this store, I saw this grandma. The kid was like, "Oh my God, this T-shirt is beautiful," and she was like, "Nobody asked you." It was so, and she didn't say
Wow.
she didn't say buy it for me or whatever. There was grandma or mother, two together. They were talking about the T-shirt. Oh, this one is nice. It was like, this one is nice. Nobody asked you. It was like, and I was like, excuse me. And then
Have you ever seen Full House?
and I was like, should I call child protection? And they kind of ignored me, but then I just scared them because I can't ignore things that are happening around me since I'm already, that's it.
How rude. That's from Full
I
House.
can talk hours about it. There are a lot of incidents. There are a lot. If you're interested about knowing about my traumas, please leave comments. And I'm gonna talk.
Therapists, especially if you're a therapist, if you're a licensed therapist, she
Yeah,
needs
let
help.
me know if you
No,
want.
I mean, she wouldn't mind talking to you. Hey, me too.
Free therapist, why not?
Yeah. But no, I am grateful. I'm grateful for coming to school, growing up in America. American schools, they really do have everything, technology up to date. They have concerts during lunch. They have live bands, DJs. They make it fun. You have access to a lot. They do sell food if you have extra money, but they also give you food if you don't have money. I'm sorry, I don't not like showing off. I'm just saying I am thankful for all of the different. Obviously, like this. What? I'm sorry, Sammy. What's going on?
Okay, shut up.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I am grateful. Yeah, we have like sports of all sorts and leagues and
Can I say one more example? I swear this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Guys, I was very romantic. I was in romantic stories, reading like stories about like all romance. I liked it. And I was writing actually stories too when I was a kid. I think I started when I was 11. I was writing my first screenplay. Nobody gave a shit, of course. And then I remember everything like from nature was like making me excited at that point more even. I remember there was rain and we went to go outside to play and in school, and then it starts raining like small drop, when it's like beginning. It's not like a crazy rain, it's just some like drops. And then it was so nice, and I walked and I was looking at the sky as a kid, and I was doing like opening my hands like kind of like to catch the rain. And then but all the kids stayed. There was like this platform, and the principal stays and the kids stays. They didn't want to get wet, like mainly. Some kids went to a restroom or something, but mainly they stayed. There was like a shaded area. They stayed there not to get like go under rain. But the rain wasn't crazy. It was just some drops. And I was like looking at the sky, and one of my friends joined me when she saw me. And then the principal called the kids. Was like, You want to see example of idiot?
Oh my god.
And she called all these kids in the school. There's like a saying in Farsi, they say, when there's no brain, body is suffering. She used that term. And it was a moment I loved it. You know, when kids you're connecting to nature, you like to walk barefoot, you want to touch the trees, you want to play with dirt. And I wasn't doing that. I was just looking at the rain. It was interesting. It was the first rain, I think. It was in spring or something.
Yeah.
And she called me idiot. She actually was using me as example to teach the kids who is idiot, what an idiot look like. And it was interesting. And at that moment, I remember in my brain was like, oh, she has no soul.
No, yeah.
I actually say that in my
brain. I mean, nobody has a soul, but that's a whole different thing.
No, I mean, when I say soul, I mean like no spirit. Human, that's the feeling of like... you know, you understand.
It's a bad joke, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyways.
But yeah, she has no humanity.
So, guys, thank you so much staying with us this long and listening to our trauma and my trauma. He had just a luxury life in school. Had just
hey, it was traumatic for me. Okay, nothing compared to you, of course. Yeah,
shut up
for sure.
Just shut up. Just for one moment, just. Like, what do you consider as trauma? It would be luxury for me, man. Do you understand? Just let's not.
I do understand. I feel bad. Honestly, I was just thinking that. I was like, I hate teachers in Iran. I almost said Iran, but I fucking hate them.
Not like, all of them are bitch. Some of them are nice.
Sounds like most of them are though.
No,
right?
there was a nice teacher.
I hate the bad ones, the mean ones. I
some
fucking
of them are
hate
amazing.
you.
Some of them are amazing.
Because you deserve to be.
So they're we're talking about humans. Some people.
Do you remember some of their names?
Oh, the bitch one? No, I don't remember.
Good.
The bitch.
She doesn't deserve to be remembered.
Yeah, I remember one of them. My first grade teacher. Everyone remembers their first grade teacher. It's a difficult name. Zeykami.
It sounds like Benjamin in Spanish.
Yeah, it's like something like that. She was amazing woman. She was amazing woman, and wherever she is. But the rest were mainly bitches.
I have a lot. I remember most of my teachers too because they were fucking awesome. The Life of Luxury teachers are awesome. I remember a lot of my elementary school teachers, a lot of my high school teachers. Some of these teachers, I used to always be a teacher's pet. I didn't even try. Do you know what a teacher's pet is?
I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing it, but I can kind of like
what do you think it is?
As like somebody's like the teachers like them and
like the favorite.
Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, I hate those kids. I was the opposite.
I didn't even try.
Was it the opposite of that?
I didn't try. Yeah, like the teacher's trash. I don't know. I don't know, but I didn't try. I was the teacher's pet,
it was just cute and
through
sweet.
High school.
Yeah.
Through elementary, teachers used to gift me things. I don't know if they were allowed to do that. They would gift me things. They would gift me like electronics, binoculars. You know who I'm talking about. If you ever see me here, they gift me binoculars. They gift me a bed. They would. When my sixth grade teacher. I wish I could say your name. But maybe I can. I don't know. But she was super hot at the time.
Don't say her name. Yeah.
She was super beautiful. She was super young.
No,
she was
don't say her name now. After saying that.
But everyone fought for her attention, and she would just give me her attention
for free. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I had awesome teachers. I really did.
Good for you, my friend. I don't care, guys.
High school physics
teacher. If you want to hear more
awesome.
about my trauma, please leave us some comments. And that's it. And
we can get deeper on Sora's trauma. Yeah, we can go into
like crying.
We can dive into
I will need to lie down like so just talking about shit. Anyways, if there's any therapists out there, let us know. Guys, thank you so much for staying with us, and let us know what do you think. What did you experience actually? Tell us about the experience. I don't know where are you from. If you're watching this video, I would like to hear about your experience in the United States, in other countries. How is school in different countries? And I'm interested to know about it. Thank you so much, and please follow us, subscribe our YouTube channel, follow us on Spotify. That's your things. And
follow us on the street. I mean, just follow us. Even though she thinks it's creepy.
Thank you. I mean, it's okay. I don't mind being famous. Take care.